After 12 years of natural training, I've come to the conclusion that I have made every single mistake in the book when it comes to gaining muscle. I've wasted time, I've plateaued, and I've even injured myself in the attempt of getting bigger and stronger. However, every single mistake, even though they were a huge setback, they were a valuable lesson. So today, I'm here to share my 5 biggest mistakes along the way in the past 12 years. That way you don't have to go through the same mistakes. Tip number 1, honestly, not focusing or not really tracking progressive overload correctly. Now, when I started, I was actually more for the fat loss. I was a chunky monkey, I was a little bit overweight, and I was more in it to actually just lose the fat. However, I was lifting weights intensely 4 to 5 times a week, but I wasn't really tracking what I was doing, how many reps I was doing, or the weights that I was doing week after week after week. And the thing is, if you want to get the best results possible, you need to actually incorporate progressive overload. You need to know what are you doing, how many reps, and how much weight. Now, luckily today, it's much easier to do it than back then in the day when I started. When I started, there wasn't as many apps available right now. When I started, you had to get a notebook and a pen and track everything manually. Yeah, I'm old like that. But the thing is that once I started to actually track and incorporate my progressive overload, as in, okay, I started off, let's say, I don't know, benching 90 pounds. Now I'm up to 95 for 10 reps. You actually know that you're literally progressing, especially too when you're just starting out and you're getting your fabulous newbie gains. So for this, luckily, like I said, it's very easy now, almost in 2025. Luckily, there's so many apps out there that lets you pretty much just type everything in and it will track and monitor everything for you. However, let's say you don't like using apps, or you just can't find a free version, or you don't want to pay anything, right? Do it old school like I used to do it. Just grab a notebook, write it down. Squats, 315 for 12 reps. Lock it in. Next week, compare your results. Are you able to get those 12 reps? Are you able to actually add a little bit more weight? Are you able to continuously overload? Oh, mistake number 2. Ignore recovery and overtraining. For years, I trained as hard as I could. For every single workout, every single exercise, every single rep, I would take it to failure. And I was doing insane workouts that had like 20, 25 to even 30 sets per workout. Not per week, per workout. I was those typical gym bros that you would see go in and do flat bench, then incline bench, then flat flies, and then incline flies, and then you have to do a dip to get the lower part of the pec, and then you do the flies going upward to get another angle. No, I was at the gym for hours and hours, beating my body towards the point that it couldn't even recover and adapt anymore. What I failed to realize at the moment is that your body doesn't grow while you're smashing it at the gym. No, it grows while it recovers. And here's the key word: recover. If you can't recover from the amount of volume that you're providing to your muscles, you're not doing yourself any favor. It's the same thing as saying you're doing more work for less results. Here's the thing: your body has something that's known as your max recoverable volume. Anything beyond that, your body isn't going to be able to recover in time for the next section to actually be better. At best, you're just going to be recovered enough to do your next workout, to survive your next workout, but you're not adapting, you're not getting stronger, and you're not getting bigger, which is tragic because, like I said, you're putting in so much work for less results, right? Solution: prioritize your rest. Look, take at least 1 to 2 days in the week to just not train, okay? Just recover. And whenever you are in the gym, track the volume that you're doing so that, one, you are providing good stimulus, but you're not annihilating your muscles to the point that you can't walk for a month and you can't train your legs and you're getting smaller in the process. Mistake number 3, focusing too much on isolation movements instead of compound movements. And this is especially true in your beginning years of training. See, here's the thing. Sure, isolations are awesome. Everyone loves to get a good bicep pump, after you're doing your curls and everything, but compounds are gold and butter for a reason. Compound movements, like the name implies, utilize various muscle groups simultaneously to lift these weights. Normally, in these compound movements, also, you're getting much larger weights than you can lift, which provides two things. You're actually stimulating multiple muscle groups at the same time, which saves time, but you're providing much more tension with every single rep. Solution, especially if you're just starting out now, focus more on your heavy compound movements, as in your bench presses, your squats, your deadlifts, your pull-ups. Those are going to be your foundation for building good quality mass and good quality strength at the beginning of your journey. Once you are a little bit more intermediate and advanced, sure, incorporate isolation movements, as in those bicep curls, anything that you want. Mistake number 4, not paying enough attention to nutrition. And honestly, I feel like this is one of the biggest things that hold people back. You could train and train and train and train until you're blue in the face like I used to do. 3 hours a day in the gym and then another hour every other day doing cardio. But here's the thing. If you don't focus on your nutrition, as in how many calories you're consuming versus how many calories you're burning, how much protein you're eating, how many carbs, how many fats are you eating, you're not really going to see the results that you want to see. It wasn't until I dialed in that I started to see the results that I was getting. Once I dialed in, I melted off literally almost 80 pounds of fat in about a year and a half, and simultaneously added about 30 to 40 pounds of muscle in the process. Now the muscle did take more than a year, but you know what I mean. It wasn't until I dialed in that I started to see those results. So solution, easy. Download a calorie app. Literally, there's a shit ton of calorie apps, calorie tracker apps out there. With these apps, you can literally just log in everything that you're eating, and it's going to give you your calories and your nutrient breakdown, as in how many proteins, how many fats, and how many carbs you're eating. From there, you can just adjust accordingly to whatever your plan is. If you're trying to lose weight, we'll do a calorie deficit based off the calories that you're eating. If you're trying to gain weight and you're not gaining anything, we'll create a surplus. But you need to know what the calories that you're eating are and what are the macronutrients that you're eating. Like always, aim for at least 1 gram of protein per lean pound of body mass, regardless what your goals are, okay? And mistake number 5, the deadly mistake number 5, seeing people obsessed with quick results. It's a broad range. I mean, everything from fad diets to extreme training workouts to extreme supplementation. To me, personally, one thing that I really did in the beginning was over diet. I really tried to really accelerate my fat loss, and while I did lose about 75 to 80 pounds of fat quickly, I should have done it a little bit more slowly, because honestly, I ended up losing a lot of mass in the beginning. That's why I told you it took me a long time to actually build that muscle afterwards, because of all the damage that I was doing in the beginning, over dieting, eating so many few calories. Now, here's the thing. That's not the only way that you could be obsessed with quick results. The thing that I see all the time, and it's tragic, is people hopping onto steroids way too soon, or people who don't even have any reason hopping on whatsoever. And honestly, I do feel that social media is one of the main concerns and one of the main reasons why this is happening. You see your favorite influencers out there looking amazing with Greek god aesthetics, and you know that they're not natty. And you have people like Toji freaking literally stating, oh, I achieved my dream physique in 6 months. You have people like the Trend Twins. You have people that have a lot of followers, making a lot of money, getting a lot of fame with amazing physiques. And obviously, there's going to be people out there tempted to try to do the same thing. Here's the thing. Even if you are tempted and you are deciding on doing that, I would highly recommend you don't, for a multitude of reasons. 1, and I'm sorry to say this, I'm sorry, you're never going to look like your favorite fitness influencer. Why? Because they probably have amazing genetics and have been using and abusing drugs for years. Now, you could have amazing genetics and you could achieve that physique, but for the majority of people out there, we're just not going to. You're going to put your life and health at risk using these drugs that, by the way, 90% of the time, 90% of the people using these steroids, They're not doing it with their doctor. No, they have a random plug at the gym. And what does that mean? You're not even sure what you're getting. You're not even sure. So you're injecting or taking random substances or pills or injecting whatever. You have no idea what it is, what the consequences it's going to have to your body, if it's going to shorten your lifespan, it's going to make you go bald, you're going to have gyno tits. But you want to get bigger faster for some reason. If you do want to use steroids, go ahead. But do so after you achieve your natural genetic limit. Don't do it in your first year of training. It's sad because I honestly know people who've been training for 1 to 3 years, hopped on sauce, and not to brag, as I do not like to brag, but I honestly look 10 times better than them, natural, just because I have more time in the gym than them. Literally, some people I have more than a decade of experience. Moral of the story here is, don't try to get a quick fix, okay? Put in the time. Nothing beats out hard work and consistency. Building muscle is a journey. And honestly, I've learned these mistakes the hard way. Now, you don't have to, okay? So be consistent, work hard, and keep on working towards achieving your goals day after day. The results will come. It's just all about smart, sustainable progress. Like and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time.